Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me. This is for the week of June 12th through the 18th. And I'm using the Appreciated Kit from Scribble Co. It is the Father's Day dad type of kit, which is very different from every single spread that I plan with. And I kind of really liked the fact that the colors change and it goes from super crazy rainbow to darker colors. I really like that. But I this makes me this is what makes planning so much fun, just because you have so many different things. I am using a foil bundle. It is this chocolatey brown foil bundle from Scribble Co. I figured I would pull that in. And then all of the other foil that I have in this kit, I use just gold foil. Also, I just woke up maybe 20 minutes ago, so my voice might sound a little rough. I literally woke up and was like, all right, time to film this voiceover because I need to get a Plan With Me up. So sorry in advance if I sound a little rough or a little crusty. That is why. But yes, this was the week of Father's Day. I don't know if I mentioned it. That is why I'm using this specific kit. It wasn't my dad's birthday. It was just Father's Day week, which I wanted to actually do a dedicated spread for him for once, because I never actually do one. I never do a dedicated spread. Excuse me. Okay, voice. I never do a dedicated spread for Father's Day. I never do one for his birthday. So I decided to do one for Father's Day this year just because I had the option. I was able to, and I actually liked this kit. Most of the time, the dad kit or the men kits that come out, I'm not a big fan of them. So this one, I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see what I can do with this kit, and I really like how it turned out. But that was the main thing with this. I actually did not have a lot happening this week. You will see as I'm planning that there's a couple days that only have 5 things on it, and that is purely just because I had nothing happening for this entire week. I'm trying to look at it what did happen. It was the last grad night this week, which was nice. Father's Day, obviously, I did a lot of reading, as one does. And I think the only other major thing was that our mailbox got broken into, which was so incredibly annoying. We didn't even know it got broken into until we went over there, and there was a sign on it that was you're gonna have to pick up your stuff from the post office. So we didn't even know for a couple days that it got broken into, but it did get broken into on the Saturday, unfortunately, where someone tried to pick the lock on it. I don't think anything was taken necessarily, but I do believe the lock on it was completely broken, unfortunately. I think it was the backside of it too, where someone was trying to get into. I don't really know. I don't fully remember. But either way, someone tried to break into it. So we went a whole entire week or so where we had to pick up all of our mail from the post office, which was incredibly annoying because there are some things also that were packages that get delivered in our mailbox, and it didn't get delivered. It had to get picked up from the post office. And I was like, you can't just deliver this to my door. You had to put it in the postal locker thing. So, yeah, I think at one point I needed my contacts too. And I was like, oh my God, I'm running out of contacts. I need them. But we made it through it. We're fine. We're chilling now. But that was kind of the only major thing that happened. I did finish The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And then I started reading Daisy Jones and the Six, which I really enjoyed that book. It was very differently written because it was written in an interview type of style for all of the band members, which I thought was really interesting, and it made for a really quick read because it wasn't paragraphs upon paragraphs of world building and things like that. And then I think I finished Mockingjay as well. Finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and then I read one of my favorite, I think it was a YA. It's one of my favorite romance books. It's called Better Than the Movies. It is so good. I read it in a night because I was obsessed with it, and I was not expecting to be obsessed with it as much as I was. I already have the feeling I'm going to reread it soon, purely just because I loved it so much, but I read that book in a night, and it just brought back all of my really exciting feelings I got when I was reading romance when I was in high school, because it gave you that kind of giddy, nice, hopeless romantic type of feeling, and I loved that book. I need a Wes in my life so bad. But that was all the books that I read. Again, Better Than the Movies was great. If you guys have any any romance ones that you should read and you are down to not have some spice in your books because it's a YA, I definitely recommend that one. But yeah, that was all of it. I don't really have a lot to talk about. Filming Lindsay, you need to speed it up even more. Or I think we're almost done. We're almost to the day by day. Yeah, we're almost there. I was like, Filming Lindsay, come on, you're taking a little too much time. I just don't have a lot to talk about in this spread. There we go. Moving on to the day by day. So first things first, for Monday I did upload. Look at me go. So I used the same filming slates that I use in all of them, as well as an upload script that is in font 5 from my shop. If you did not know, I do have an Etsy shop. It is called Magical Sticker Co. I just finished my 3-year anniversary sale, but Black Friday is happening this week, and I think I'm gonna at least put a sale up. It's not obviously going to be anything near my 3-year anniversary sale, but I might still have a discount. I have not decided yet though if I'm doing any type of new releases or anything. That's all going to be up in the air because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to have the time to do that today, but we will play it by ear for now. Also, my camera was a tiny bit tilted to the right, so I am a little off frame for some of these. I eventually fix it because I'm like, why am I so out of frame for half of this? And it was because my camera was tilted a tiny bit. So, yes, I uploaded, and then I did place an Amazon order, and I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji and an Amazon order script that is from my shop in font 1. Also, I used a ton of scripts this week, so you guys are going to see a lot of them. It made this plan with me really quick, purely because I used a ton of scripts. And then I did mark reading, which this was when I was reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I used a Paper Bits Bear and a Read script that is from the foil bundle. Moving on to the second half of Monday, I did design new releases because I did have new releases on this week. So I used a Paper and Milk little, what's it called? My brain, like tablet, there we go. And the design sticker is also from my shop. It is in font 1, which is my normal handwriting. I finally made some for myself instead of me using the Create Scripts customs that I made for myself like a long time ago before I even opened my shop. I use Design now, which I'm probably going to get rid of those Create Scripts stickers just because they're not the greatest, because they were some of my first ever stickers that I made. And then after that, I did mark that I was creating listings for the new releases, so I used a Scribble Prince Co. Scribbler and a listings custom that I made that is in font 5 from my shop. And then I cooked dinner, and I used a Paper and Milk Maru and a cooked dinner script that is in font 6 from my shop. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday was payday, so I used an icon as well as a script from the foil bundle to mark that. And then I did finish The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm assuming I finished it before work because, oh my god, this was the week that I had double turnaround. It sucked. So I was 3:30 to midnight on this day, and then the next day I worked at 11, and then the day after that I closed again, and then on Friday I worked at 11 again. I had double turnaround, and it sucked so bad. So I do mark like that I'm tired on 2 of the days because it was terrible. But I had enough time before work on this day to finish the book, so I used a Paper and Milk Maru, and then you guys have seen me be using these reading stickers that I created for myself. So I do have one that says start the book and then one that says finish it. So I did use the finish 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and oh my god, that book is so good. That was one of the best books that I've read this year, and I was like, yo, sister, I need you to read this. Like, I gave it to Lauren, and I was like, I need you to read this, and she wasn't a huge fan of it, and I was like, excuse me? I mean, to each their own. Not everyone's gonna love it, but I was like, what do you mean you're not a big fan of it? So, yeah, I finished that book on that day, and I loved it. I loved to see the different story that Evelyn Hugo had and like the reasonings why she married all the different 7 husbands. It was, oh my god, it was so well done. After that, I did order 4 new books because I went down an entire rabbit hole of books at this point, and I used a Once More with Love Munchkin to mark that. Also, fun fact, as of November 20th, when I'm doing this and when this video is going up, I have read 47 books this year, which is wild compared to the 0 books that I've read the previous years. But yeah, I ordered 4 new books on this day, and then the only other thing I marked on this day was carpooling with Isaiah. So I used a Paper and Milk Maru, and the carpool script is a custom I made for myself in font 5. And then I paid my bills because we pay bills, and I used a Carly Plans icon, and the pay bill script is in font 1 from my shop. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday, I marked that I was tired AF because I closed the night before. So I used a Once More with Love Munchkin, and the tired AF script is from the foil bundle. And then I got Starbucks and used a coffee cup from Scribble Co. And the Starbucks run is from the foil bundle as well. Also, I think you guys just saw me kind of tilt the camera, so hopefully it should be fine for the rest of it. I marked getting gas and used a Once More with Love emoji, and not Once More with Love, oh my gosh, a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji and a Get Gas script from Carly Plans. And then on this day, I did start Daisy Jones and the Six, and I used a Scribble Co. icon for that. And then I just washed some clothes and used a Scribble Co. laundry icon, and the wash clothes is from the foil bundle. Moving on to Thursday, filming Lindsay is actually ahead of voiceover Lindsay for once. That's surprising. But first thing for Thursday, I think I ordered foil on this day, but I just used the order supplies script that I have from Nicole Alexia Designs because I still have a couple of those and I just kind of want to use them up. So I used that in a foiling machine that is from Paper Shire, and then I did mark reading for reading Daisy Jones and the Six. So I used a Once More with Love Munchkin and a read script that is in font 5 from my shop. And then I did carpool again and did the same situation that I used on Tuesday. For the second half of Thursday, I marked a coffee run. Again, same exact situation that I used on Wednesday with the coffee cup, and the coffee run script is from the foil bundle. And then I had to do some training on this day, which we had a new cart that we had to train for at work. It was like an electric cart and everything. I actually ended up being a trainer for it. So I got trained on this day and then became a trainer afterward. So I just used a boo. I figured he worked, which if you don't know, I use Disney related things to mark work stuff just because it fits, and I use whatever character matches the spread, and I figured Abu matched the best. And then I marked that we had Taylor Swift karaoke in the car on the way home. I think this was before I even bought the Taylor Swift concert tickets, but we were having Taylor Swift karaoke in the car, belting out all the Taylor Swift songs, so I had to mark it, obviously, and I used a munchkin to mark that. My nose is starting to run because my allergies are angry, so I apologize in advance if you can hear me getting congested or just if I sniff at some point, because my allergies, I've been sneezing a lot lately for some reason. It's really windy here, and I don't know if it's the Santa Ana winds or if it's just wind in general, but it's definitely messing with my allergies. Anyway, I digress. Moving on to Friday. So Friday I was sleepy AF because turnaround, didn't sleep. It's fine. So I used a munchkin, and the Sleepy AF script is from the foil bundle, and I did finish Mockingjay on this day, which I was listening to it on Audible, so I used like a audiobook type of icon from Carly Plans and the custom that I made for myself for finishing it. And then I did have new releases and a sale on this day, and used some stickers from Scribble Co. And the new releases script is one that I finally made for myself in font 6 from my shop. On the second half of Friday, we did have soup for dinner when we got home. Ooh, soup sounds so good right now. We make like this kale and kielbasa soup, and it is so good. It's so good. I kind of want it right now. It sounds so good. But I used a Once More with Love munchkin to mark soup for dinner. And then I did read some more and used a paper milk maru to mark that. And I had some nightmares on last night, unfortunately, and I used a Once More with Love munchkin, and the nightmare script is from Plana Hannah. And I did mark the last grad night, even though I did not work it, I did mark it just because, again, I like to mark specific things that happen with work, and this was one of them. I didn't work, I only actually worked, I think, did I work any grad nights? I actually don't think I worked any grad nights this year. I think I had all mids the nights of grad nights, which was nice. But I used a Coffee Monsters Co-emoji to mark the last grad night, just because I can. Okay, moving on to Saturday. So I was off Saturday for some reason. I don't know why. I think this was the week that I don't know if this was the weekend that I was just trying to take like 4 days off or something, but I was off. Don't fully remember why. But I did finish Daisy Jones and the Six on this day. So I used a Once More with Love munchkin and the custom that I made for myself. And then I organized some stickers and used another munchkin for that. The organized sticker script is from Kinsey's Creations. Unfortunately, her shop is no longer open. Y'all, I'm slowly going through the Kinsey's Creations scripts that I have. We're slowly getting there. Every now and then they're going to pop up, but I'm slowly using up up the rest of them. And then I marked that our mailbox was broken into, like I said, and I used a paper milk like Maru that's just kind of upset to mark that because that was how I felt. It was more so just inconvenient. It wasn't even like a bad thing because I didn't steal anything. It was just inconvenient because they didn't actually get properly in the mailbox. They just broke the stupid key for it. But yeah, that is it for the first half of Saturday. On the second half, I did try to start watching Daisy Jones and the Six. Okay, so I obviously was obsessed with this book at this point because I was like, oh my god, I need to watch the TV show. I wanted to finish the book so I can watch the TV show. And it stars Sam Claflin, and I love him in the Hunger Games. There's one, I think it's Me Before You, which has Emilia Clarke in it. Like, I love him as an actor. I was not a big fan of the show. I got through a couple episodes of it and then stopped watching it, and I didn't find it very interesting. I am probably eventually going to go back and like rewatch it, especially because I have these Daisy Jones and the Six scripts. So I might go back and rewatch it, but I was a little let down by the show, unfortunately. So this is probably, I think, the one and only time you will see me try to watch the show, but I did try to watch it, and I used a squidge from Stick with the Plan Co., I believe, to mark Daisy Jones and the Six, and then I did start Better Than the Movies, which I've already talked about of how much I'm obsessed with that book. It's so good, but I used a paper and milk Maru to mark that, and then I marked that I was up late because I literally spent the entire night reading. I was up until like 3 a.m., I'm pretty positive, so I used a MOD, and then the up late script is from Planet Hannah. On Sunday was Father's Day. We didn't do anything really. I just spent the day kind of with my dad, so I did use a Father's Day script that I believe, I don't even remember. I think that's from Rose Colored Days. I've had some of these holiday stickers for a while, and then I did finish Better Than the Movies and used a munchkin to mark that. We got some Starbucks as always, so I used another coffee cup from Scribble Prince Co., and the Starbucks Run script is in font 6 from my shop. And then we did do some grocery shopping and yes, the grocery stores were open on Father's Day, if anyone's curious. I used a shopping cart from Paper Milk, and then the grocery shopping is from the foil bundle. And then I did just cook some dinner with my dad. I used a Paper Milk Maru for that, and I made a Caress Press order. That sticker that I used is from, I almost said Once More with Love. That's not right. Scribble Prince Co. It's a scribbler from there. And that's everything for this spread. I kind of went through Sunday pretty quickly, but not a lot happened. It was just a very chill day where I stayed home with my dad. We didn't really do much. He didn't want to do anything. So we did what we did. But that is everything for this spread. I am going to put it back in. Seriously, the rainbow to the dark colors just makes me laugh because it's kind of wild, it's kind of different, and then right after this it goes into like a major like pink and purple and blue like summer spread. So yeah, we're in the summer spreads finally. Apologies in advance that I'm so far behind, but it is what it is. So we're flipping through what's left of the kit. Obviously it was a mini kit, so I used a lot of the labels that were in it, and I will give you guys a wiggle. It's very, very hard to see because this foil not super reflective with my lights. I realized that when I was hauling different foils that like there's something with my lights that just does not reflect foil very well, even though it is there. Like the foil is there and gorgeous, it just does not reflect it very well, or my camera doesn't pick it up. One of the two. But that is everything for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please, as always, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And please leave me some type of comment down below. I do read all of them, and I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye guys.